Sorry it's been a while. I just do a podcast real quick because I've been kind of busy. Unfortunately, sorry about that. Anyhow, so I thought I'd talk about why I've become in love with Souls games and ones that are like Souls games, mostly the From Software stuff. Otherwise, a P. I'll get to that. A few years ago, I tried Dark Souls, and I didn't really like it. That was before the PS5 came out. But a few years after that, one of my favorite British YouTubers, a guy named Luke Westaway, and another one of my favorites, Ellen Rose, got together and he taught her how to survive in Dark Souls. She got really good at it. She could play the game. She moved on to Dark Souls 3, completed that one as well. I don't think that she did any others, but she inspired me. I mean, if a person who's never played, never picked up a Dark Souls game, can get through this, even with a little help, from a friend, as they say, then I could do it too. So I did. I picked it up. If you've been keeping up with my videos, you know I haven't finished it yet. But I've got some progress. I want to go back. I want to finish it. I want to finish Dark Souls 3, and then I'll move on to Lies of P with the new difficulty setting. It makes it a lot less grindy and still not super easy, because if you watched my videos with the new difficulty setting, you've seen that I still managed to get myself hurt. So once those three are done, then I'll go back to Sekiro. I'm pretty sure I'm not too far along in it, because I don't recall any major bosses after the tutorial boss. I kind of stopped playing it because I misunderstood the way that you lose points, the way that you lose money. I thought you lost all of your levels, but no. If you use your points to gain levels, you don't lose those. You just lose any points you didn't spend yet. So it's always a good idea to spend the points you have, unless you're trying to save up for something, and then you have to take the risk, unfortunately, to try not to get your butt kicked. But I'll go back to that. Bloodborne, I'm just going to get used to it. There is no good raid option unless you happen to be one person I know who has done the entire game with just that gun, but that takes skill. I'll get back to it. I'll figure it out. I'm sure there's probably just kind of used to the style, because as you've seen, if you've watched my Demon Souls and my other Elden Ring, all those, I almost always do so much better with ranged and magic. If you watched my Elden Ring attempts to do anything melee based, you've seen that even when I have melee weapons, I tend to use the ranged options, like knocking down enemies with the poison blast from or the blood blast from the one, the Reduvia, I think it was. The Elden Ring is the only one I've ever platinumed so far of the Souls types of games. I finished Demon Souls, as you might know, but I haven't actually gotten around to platining it yet. Well, I did start New Game Plus, and got the big sword, which is about too much for my little mage to carry, but with the New Game Plus, it carries everything over, weapons and all that, so that's nice. I want to do another New Game Plus beginning of the Elden Ring and just kind of run through it. Unfortunately, I had to delete my New Game Plus when it came time to work on the DLC, which is something else I want to complete. Except for Lies of P, I really haven't gotten much out of other Souls-like games. Lords of the Fallen and what is it? Mortal Shell. Those both have strange mechanics I couldn't quite get used to. So, just thought I'd do something quick here, because I wanted to do something. It's been, several days, unfortunately, and I'm sorry about that again. But, yep. So, when I get back to doing Souls-like games again, or Souls games, it'll be Dark Souls 1, Dark Souls 3, and then Lies of P. I have other games I want to play as well because there are some sequels coming out this year, and I want to try to play the ones that came before I get onto that. So, thank you so much for all your support. I really appreciate everything that you do. Till next time, thanks.